Exercise 1. For Anthony's birthday, his mother is making cupcakes for his 12 friends at his daycare. The recipe calls for 3 1/3 cups of flour. This recipe makes 2 1/2 dozen cupcakes. Anthony's mother only has 1 cup of flour. Is there enough flour for each of his friends to get a cupcake? Explain and show your work. Show your work on the work page and then turn into your teacher. So for this exercise, you need to get a worksheet from your teacher. And that worksheet is going to look like this on the front. And then on the back, it'll have your exercise 2. And it's very important that you practice showing all of the steps in your work. All right, so we are finding, since we only know we have 1 cup of flour, we're going to be finding how many cupcakes, dozen of cupcakes, we can make per cup of flour. All right, so from our recipe, we know that we get 2 1/2 dozen for 3 1/3 cups of flour. So I'm going to take this and let's make some improper fractions. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. All right, so we're going to use our dividing fractions rule of keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep the top one, change to multiplication, and flip the bottom one. If I look on my diagonals, I notice that both of these are divisible by 5. So it makes it a 1 and a 2, and now I can multiply. 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 2 is 4. So this means we get 3/4 dozen cupcakes. Dozen cupcakes per 1 cup of flour. So we need to figure out how many cupcakes there are in a dozen cupcakes. So if I have 3/4 and I know that there are 12 cupcakes in a dozen, I'm going to make equivalent fractions. So to get from my 4 to my 3, or my 4 to my 12, I would times by 3, do the same to the top, and we would have enough flour to make 9 cupcakes. So she can make 9 cupcakes. So our final answer would be no, she does not have enough flour. She doesn't have enough flour.